Hello students, this is Momita madam and today we are going to start our second chapter of Standard 8 History, the growth of nationalism, the French Revolution. So first of all, we have to know what is nationalism. So remember, nationalism is a feeling, is a belief system which installs a sense of common identity among the members of a nation. In other words, we can say that it is a feeling of oneness. Now, this spirit of nationalism, this feeling of nationalism develops when people begin to believe that they are all part of the same nation. So when in a particular nation all the people has started believing that they are the part of the same country, this sense has developed. And also we can say that it's a spirit which people see the identity of their nation through a common culture, language, flag, national song, a common constitution. So we can say that means a feeling of oneness in every respect. So before the middle of the 19th century, the countries in Europe were not in the form as we know them today. So European countries, they were not like this, we saw now, what we observe them now. And you should remember that these different regions in Europe actually were ruled by various multinational dynastic emperors. These were monarchies which employed absolute power over their subjects. Various social, political and economic changes helped in developing the ideas of nationalism. So this development of nationalism, there are various reasons behind it. Maybe social reason, political reason, economic reason. So the process of this creation of nation building started in 1789 with the French Revolution. It took about 100 years for the ideas to gain concrete shape, which resulted in the formation of France as a democratic nation state. So French Revolution, we have to see what is that. French Revolution, here you see 1789 to 1799. Actually, this period 1789 to 99, it's a period of great political and social change, and there was a radical change in the history of France, means total transformation. This within this period 1789 to 1819. So here children, you will get a box where at that time which day the French Revolution took place, the date, actually the fall of Bastille is given, then ruler at that time, who was the rulers, Louis XVI, and at that time it was a type of government. This type of government is known as monarchy. So actually what is monarchy? Monarchy is a form of government with a monarch or a king at the head. Means it is like whatever the king will say, that particular country, the same thing will happen. People's voice would not be paid any attention. And what are the reasons? In short, it is given: excessive taxation, social disparity, economic crisis. Then the events, the major events, actually the fall of Bastille and formation of National Assembly. You have to remember what are the two most important events took place at that time. And the result, obviously, the monarchy came to an end. France becomes a republic. And three ideas from French Revolution, not only in France. Remember that the entire world learned three ideas: liberty, equality and fraternity. And the rise of nationalism, the rise of Napoleon. So now we will see that these changes were accompanied by violent turmoil which included the trial and execution of the king, vast bloodshed and repressing during the reign of terror, and warfare involving every other major European power. So why this French Revolution took place? There are several causes. First is that taxation. At that time, now also we are paying the tax. You know that every commodity we purchase, we are paying tax to the government. Now those taxes collected, government is using in various sectors. like various common public sectors like the hospitals, the education, the railway. So all these government institutions are run by those taxes. Now you have to see what are the causes of the French Revolution. Several causes are there. First cause is given wars and economic crisis. Remember this year in 1774 when Louis XVI ascended the throne. This year will come which year Louis XVI ascended the throne. So when Louis XVI, here there is a story behind it. When Louis XVI ascended the throne, he found that treasure was empty. King's treasure was empty. So and this entire nation was going into a heavy crisis due to the several other reasons. What was the reason of this empty treasure? 7 years war. 7 years war and the Revolutionary War in America under Louis XVI. So in this war, France helped the 13 American colonies to gain their independence from Britain. So this time, American colonies got independence from Britain. And who helped? France helped them. So when France helped, so definitely the France treasury gradually became less. The war added more than $1 billion livres a currency to a debt that had already risen to more than 2 billion livres. Then you have to know this is the wars and economic crisis. So France was under economic crisis. Now we have to see the societal structure in France. Actually, the entire society is divided into 3 estates. First, second, third. Remember, first estate, the clergymen and the church fathers, they were there. What was their role? They are very minority group, but they need not to pay any taxes. They are free from everything. Then second estate, landlords, aristocrats and men of noble birth. And this is the minority group. This is also minority. But this class also shared most of the privileges. And the common class masses is third estate, which is the majority group, lived in poverty and misery and paid all the taxes. So entire burden is on third estate. So now we have to see the second cause. Already I told the division of the 3 classes in France. Then social disparity and excessive taxation. So already we have seen that France was in heavy economic crisis because he helped American colonies to gain their independence from Britain. Now before the revolution, the common people were groaning under the burden of heavy taxes. We have seen the classification. The third estate, which is the majority group, but they are very poor, living in poverty, but they have to carry the burden of taxes. The system of taxation was also unjust and very unreasonable. You can see that for the people who have the absolute power, they need not to pay any taxes. Who are living in plenty, they need not to pay any taxes. But the people who are in poverty, they had to pay all the taxes. So very unjust system. The upper class, also known as first estate, which consisted of the nobles and church fathers, was exempted. The burden of the taxation gradually passes on the third estate, which consisted of common masses whose life was full of misery, starvation and humiliation. So this third estate people, they were living a very pathetic life, and the expenditure of the government was ever increasing on account of, already we have seen, useless wars and extravagance of rulers. With every increase of the demand of money, what was happening, the taxes were being increased, and that was forcefully imposed on the third estate. That means the common people. Then the rise of the middle class. So 2 causes we have seen: economic crisis and the heavy taxation. Third is the middle class. A new class emerged this time. The spread of industrial revolution. Previous chapter we have read that industrial revolution led to the emergence of the middle class. It was the class of businessmen, traders, bankers, manufacturers, scholars. The middle class people became, actually they are the real rulers, leaders of this revolution. They came forward with the slogan of, I told you that French Revolution taught three ideas to the world, we can say, in other words, liberty, equality and fraternity. They were now determined to get rid of the feudal system. They realized feudal system means it is a system of organizing early or medieval society, stretching for one powerful wealthy person down to those with no power at all, in which land is granted in return for military or labor services. So it was an end. Feudal system, people, now this middle class decided to get rid of the feudal system. They realized that as long as the feudal system prevails, the French society had no chance of moving forward on the road to prosperity and plenty, because these feudal barriers would be the serious obstacles in the growth of industrial capitalism. Then the fourth cause, that is the influence of philosophers and writers. So these philosophers and writers and the thinkers, these are like Montesquieu, Rousseau, Voltaire, Locke, who exposed the evils prevailing in the system. What this system is going on, they exposed through their writings. We have seen in the previous chapter that invention of press really opened the eyes of the people who expressed the evils. So they infused in people the idea of liberty, equality and fraternity through their writing. In his book, The Spirit of Laws, please underline. So this is The Spirit of Laws written by Montesquieu. What he proposed there, a division of power within the government between the legislative, executive and judiciary. So next, the course of the revolution. What happened? So we have now come to know about the causes of the revolution. Now what happened at that time? In 1789, the French Revolution found itself in the grip of huge financial crisis. So on 5th May 1789, already there was huge financial crisis. 5th May 1789, you have to remember the dates. Louis XVI called a meeting of the all estate generals to get their consent to impose the new taxes. It was the system in France. Anytime a new taxes king is going to impose on the again on the third estate, they used to call a meeting, and where all three estate will come to give their consent. And commoners was in majority, so they demanded that the matters put before them should be decided by a majority of votes, but the other two estates were against this. You have to try to understand what was their system. Actually, suppose first estate, it has been told that first estate, whenever any meeting is there, 300 representatives used to go there. Second estate also 300, and third estate 600 people used to join. But this 300 is equal to 1, means their vote will not be counted as 300. It will be like equal to 1. So what was happening all the time? This time when this meeting was called, first and second estate, they were in support of increasing the taxes. As a result, third estate, again they had to bear the heavy load. Now this time they told that this majority should be decided by votes, means one person one vote. They demanded that. But the other two estates were against this. The commoners declared the third estate as the National Assembly. This time the National Assembly was declared, and this is the beginning of the French Revolution. The king declared the decision of the new assembly invalid, dismissed some of the members of the third estate. This led to the nationwide protest. Angry mobs stormed the Bastille on 14th July 1789. You have to remember the date. 14th July 1789, the fall of Bastille. They freed the prisoners and razed the jail building to the ground. The fall of Bastille marked the fall of monarchy. So monarchy fall was there. Then on 20th June, the representatives of the third estate assembled the hall of an indoor tennis court in the grounds of Versailles. They declared themselves a national assembly and swore not to disperse till they had drafted a constitution for them. So they were determined that after the fall of monarchy, they will constitute a constitution for France, limit the powers of the monarch, to limit the powers of the monarch. Then we will see what happened during the post-revolution period. The National Assembly then made its declaration of the rights of man. Already third estate declared themselves National Assembly. So they made its declaration of the rights of man. These included liberty, equality and the right to resist oppression. Louis XVI refused to agree to this, and so he and his family were arrested and guillotined. So what happened? Actually, guillotine means it's a device, consists of poles and blade where a person would be beheaded. So Louis XVI and his family were beheaded. This was the start of the Reign of Terror led by Maximilien Robespierre, which lasted until 1794. During that time, thousands of people were arrested and put to death. Austria, Britain, Netherlands, Prussia, Spain all declared war on France. All the countries were angry on France and they declared war. Frightened by this turn of events, Robespierre's colleagues ordered his execution. Means Robespierre's execution. He himself actually was guillotined. What he started, the same thing has been applied to him. A new government, the director was set up. The threat of civil war now emerged. 1795 led to the rise to power of an ambitious French general, Napoleon Bonaparte. So here is the rise cause this time Napoleon Bonaparte came. Though the French Revolution ended the monarchy in France, but it failed to provide a stable government. You see, first Reign of Terror, then the newly appointed directors often clashed with each other. This political, so they did not have a stability. Instability proved way for the rise of a military dictator, Napoleon Bonaparte. And this is the reason that Napoleon Bonaparte rose. Napoleon seized political power in 1799 and in 1804 declared himself as the Emperor of France. All these years you remember. 1810, Napoleon's empire included nearly all of Europe. He introduced many laws such as the protection of private property, equality before law, uniform system of wages. All these played very important role in modernizing France and Europe at large. Now, what is the effect of French Revolution? The French Revolution was a very, very important event and it has a great significance in the world history. First of all, it ended arbitrary and despotic rule of monarchy. So, monarchy came to an end. It established that people were the source of power. The revolution also established great ideals of, already I told you this French Revolution, we got the idea of equality, liberty and fraternity. Then it gave the term nation its new and modern meaning. As such, a nation is not the territory of a country but the people of a country. Nation only does not mean that a boundary of a country but the people, having a long and common history and a distinct feeling of oneness. That means the feeling of nationalism emerged. The years following 1789 in France saw many changes in socially, economically, politically and the daily life. Old regime, all written material and cultural activities, books, newspaper, plays could be published or performed only after they had been approved by the censors of the king. But after the declaration of the rights of man, this censorship was removed. Any book, any journal, if anybody wanted to publish, first they have to take the monarchy. But now, after the declaration of the rights of man, this censorship was removed. So, this is the end of the French Revolution. That's all. Thank you.